Illegal immigration in the United States refers to the act of foreign nationals violating the immigration policies and national laws by immigrating to the United States without proper consent from the United States government. The legal immigrant population is 12 million people. 57% of undocumented migrants are from Mexico and 24% are from other Latin American countries. Altogether, that's 81%. The two main reasons for immigration to the United States is economic incentives and family reunification. Illegal immigrants will receive a higher pay than they would typically receive in their former country. This benefits both the employee and the employer. The employee makes more money than he regularly would, and the employer can pay lower wages than he would to a U.S. citizen. As far as family reunification goes, illegal immigrants want to move to join relatives already in the United States.
If I become a citizen, I would like to work to get an education, a better education, so I can get a better job, get my house, give my daughter uh, a life, education for herself, and know how to become a better person to help the other human beings.
These men are about to cross the border. They're offering a final prayer for their journey. This is the U.S.-Mexico border, also known as the Arizona Desert. Located next to the dusty town of Altar, this stretch of desert kills over 500 immigrants a year. Thousands of immigrants try to cross each day, risking their lives for the mere chance of a better life. Not an easy decision. A 3-day trip on foot through a scorching desert. Those that manage to survive are often met by Border Patrol.
Illegal immigration is a topic we always see in the media and we always hear about. When hearing about illegal immigrants, you either listen to someone who is pro-immigration or anti-immigration. Supporters of illegal immigrants tend to talk about how illegal immigrants tend to keep the economy flowing by taking low-wage jobs, how they provide consumers with better goods and services, how they pay school taxes, and how they fulfill the ideology of the American dream. Protesters of illegal immigrants tend to talk about how immigrants cause a burden on taxpayers, how they take away jobs needed by Americans, the crime rate escalation, how they spread illnesses due to lack of vaccinations, and how they overcrowd public schools. How do you feel about illegal immigrants in the U.S.?
Well, I really don't have a take on the illegal immigrants in the U.S. I just feel like illegal immigrants shouldn't be allowed to just be good in the U.S. Like they're illegal immigrants.
What are some of the stereotypes when dealing with illegal immigrants that you've heard?
Um, well, I've heard that they bring disease. They're just taking money from the U.S. Um, they bring up the crime rate. Probably the only positive thing I heard is that they're hardworking.
Okay. Does immigration have a positive or negative effect on the United States of America, in your opinion?
Um, I mean, they supposedly illegal immigrants take the jobs that Americans don't want. But I think that it's not it's not a positive it's not having a positive effect or a negative effect, but just it's just one of the issues that people are dealing with. Like it's creating a lot of separation in the U.S. So I guess it is having a negative effect.
How do you feel about illegal immigrants in the U.S.?
I feel like illegal immigrants in the U.S. are a good thing to the U.S. because they do the work, they do the jobs that a lot of people in the U.S. don't want to do.
Do you feel they're treated fairly?
I feel that they're treated totally unfairly because, like, it's so hard for them to get over here, and then when they come over here, people discriminate on them for no reason whatsoever.
Do you feel they should be treated fairly?
Yeah, they should be treated fairly because they're working here, they're humans, and they need to survive just like how everybody else in this country needs to survive. This country was built off of a change, and that's what they're looking for, so I think we should let them gain that.
What are some of the stereotypes you've heard when dealing with illegal immigrants, positive or negative?
Stereotypes? Oh no, I really don't pay attention too much, but I hear that they're taking all the jobs, that they live like 20 in the house, mad different funny shit.
In your opinion, does immigration have a positive or negative effect on the United States of America?
I think immigration has a positive effect on America, on the United States.
Some of the stereotypes you've heard when dealing with illegal immigrants in the U.S.
That they're taking everyone's jobs. Most of them are Mexicans. They're here for no reason. They're just taking up space and time and opportunities for others.
Do you feel that illegal immigrants in the U.S. are treated fairly?
No, they're definitely not treated fairly, for the simple fact that people feel that because they're not citizens, that they don't deserve to have equal rights, or at least the decency to be treated as human beings, and they're denied that, even that fact, just because they came over illegally.
Do you feel they should be treated fairly?
Yes, they should be treated fairly because at the end of the day, they're still people. When we go overseas, anywhere else, we're always complaining because when Americans are not being treated with their God-given rights as people, the first thing the United States does is take them a child, try to save them, try to help them out as much as they can. But when someone comes into the U.S. illegally and is not treated fairly, they turn their shoulders and turn their back on them.
Does immigration have a positive or negative effect on the United States of America, in your opinion?
I feel like it has both a positive and a negative. The positive effect is that a lot of the small jobs and low wage paying jobs that are needed to be done in the United States are being done because of the illegal immigrants. The negative effect is that these people are, one, not taxpayers, so they're not getting, the United States is really not benefiting from that standpoint, but for the most part, the U.S. is benefiting because of the small jobs that are being done.
How do you feel about legal immigrants in the U.S.?
I feel that if it wasn't for illegal immigrants, the U.S. wouldn't be where it is right now.
Okay. What are some of the stereotypes you've heard when dealing with illegal aliens, positive or negative?
Well, I believe there are more negative connotations to illegal immigrants than there is as positive. And the negative is that they do increase the crime rates. Another thing is that they're overpopulating the U.S. Another could be basically that they're just here freeloading.
In your opinion, does immigration have a positive or negative effect on the United States of America?
My take on the illegal immigration, I think that it's a positive effect on the U.S. for the simple fact that the U.S. Has been made up of all these different cultures, and so with illegal immigration, there wouldn't be, like the U.S. economy, it wouldn't be as well as it is, well, not today, but, because of illegal immigration, it is.
From these interviews, you can clearly see that these four students are not 100% for or against immigration. Immigration is a very sticky concept, and before taking a stance, you need to get all the information that's out there.